We're answering your money questions here each and every week. If how do you go about doing that again? You go to our website.
Yeah, I think
you go to yourmoneyyourwealth.com and click on Ask Joe and Big Al on air and send it in as a message, as a voice message or an email.
Yes, we got a few voice messages. Let's kind of hear.
Tons of them, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so first one up is Eric.
All right.
Hey, Joe and Big Al. I got a fun question for you. The fact pattern is this. The dad has a revocable trust. It's a pretty standard revocable trust where on his death, it's funds of family trust, mom's the bennie, and then on her death, the trust distributes outright to the kids. Dad has a Roth IRA, and he names as the designated beneficiary of that Roth IRA his revocable trust. Dad passes in 2013. Now, since his trust is named as the beneficiary, mom cannot treat the Roth as her own. However, since the trust is considered a look-through or a see-through trust, she is able to elect to receive distributions from the Roth in accordance with her life expectancy. And so she continues to take payments out from the Roth, 2013 following Dad's death. Now, in 2020, Mom passes. And so now, in accordance with the trust, the family trust is then ultimately assets are distributed outright to the two children. And they're adults, they're healthy, and so they're able to kind of take it outright. And now the question becomes whether or not they need to follow the pre-Secure Act rules or the post-Secure Act rules. So now it's my understanding that in the pre-Secure Act world, when you inherit an already inherited IRA or Roth IRA, you continue to take the payments based on the prior owner's life expectancy. So in this case, when mom passed in 2020, she had about 3.8 years left in her life expectancy. And so the IRA administrator is saying that the Roth IRA has to be paid out within that 3.8 years with her passing in 2020. Now, my question is, well, under the Secure Act rules, in this case, the non-eligible beneficiaries have the 10-year window in which to withdraw assets. And so because in the trust, the kids are named individually and are not identifiable, my question is, wouldn't they be subject to the Secure Act rules, and then the payment schedule would reset to 10 years? So they would have to clear out the Roth IRA towards the end of 2030, so in 10 years. And so that was my question, and just kind of wanted to get your 2 cents on this, guys. Appreciate the show. And then Joe, maybe I was kind of curious if you ever had anyone tell you that you kind of sound like the actor James Woods. Thought that was always kind of funny. So thanks again for all you do, guys, and take care.
James Woods.
James Woods.
Have you gotten that one before?
Do you know who that is?
James Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He watches a lot of movies. I think he probably knows who that is.
I do a little voiceover for
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I call him Jimmy.
That's
We're pretty this guy's pretty smart. Didn't we answer this question before?
I think we thought about it, and
Got it.
I'm not sure we did.
So
It's a good question though. I mean, do you
follow the new rule? But
Yeah.
since it's already being distributed, right? So it's the distribution of the retirement account is already in distribution mode on the old rule prior to the Secure Act.
Right.
He wants it reset when mom dies because he's the beneficiary of the Roth IRA, where he wants to
Sure.
use the Secure Act to his
Yeah.
to his benefit,
Right.
To push the payments out 10 years versus following mom's life expectancy of 3.8. I
Right.
think he's got to pull it out in 3.8 years.
Yeah, I think that's. I guess the answer is we don't know for sure, and I bet you could ask a lot of people and get
They wouldn't. They'd
different
get
answers.
different answers.
Yeah. So
You know what? I bet Eric could do what he wants, and I don't think the IRS would even know.
they would have no idea. So that's your answer. Do what you want.
Right? Yeah. And
Yeah,
this is not advice by any stretch.
No,
This is just us having fun
Yeah, we're-
talking about death and retirement accounts.
He sets a fun question, so let's make it fun. So, yeah, I would say Well, doesn't the Roth IRA, Dad's Roth IRA, the beneficiary is revocable trust. So Mom never actually owned it. So
Right, because she could not take it as her own because he named
Yeah.
the beneficiary of the trust.
Yeah,
and that's a whole nother
I-
story of a
Yeah,
bad planning
I
that
know.
you don't name the trust as the beneficiary of a retirement account.
this is just a guess. I'm going to guess he doesn't get a reset because it was never in Mom's name.
It was never Mom's name.
Yeah.
So,
So I think it's the 3.8 years.
I'm almost positive.
Would be my educated guess.
yes.
We're not estate planning attorneys.
But we should know the answer to this. And the Secure Act is, it threw a wrench because before you could take the life expectancy
Yeah.
and spread it out, the distributions over the beneficiary's life expectancy.
Right.
The problem with this, a few things, is that Eric is pretty smart because he knows that it has to be a look-through, see-through trust, first
Sure.
off. The beneficiaries have to be identifiable. They have to be people. There can't be a charity or that blows it up.
Right.
What he did not mention here, though, is the delivery requirement.
Oh, you want to go into that?
Yeah, the trust needs to be delivered.
October 15th of the following year?
Something like that,
Yeah.
October 15th or
31st or something.
Yeah, to the custodian. So the custodian actually has to see that trust document.
Key point.
Yes,
I'm glad you added that.
it is a delivery requirement. So, we're making death fun here today. So, I don't know, Eric. I think the rule is 3.8. We're guessing here. If you want to take it out in 10, I don't think you'd probably get at it, or probably you're making a best guess.
Yeah.
Yourself. But if the IRS hears this playback, then you'd be screwed because they know that
We thought it was 3.8.
Yes, they were like,
Joe and Al.
Oh, Joe and Big Al, 3.8. That's the source. That's the source we go to too.
That's not a great idea.
So, all right, we got to take a break. Show's called Your Money or Wealth.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.